Backstory in anime is one of the most overpowered weapons that changes you completely. I'm sure many a time you would have felt the power of backstory coming to change your beliefs, perspective, and whatnot. How many times Demon Slayer has pulled the same card and why does it still catch its watcher in its trap? Because the backstory is just that deep. Backstory in anime is not merely a word now, it is a means by which a new world opens before you, something even bigger than a shadow realm. Whenever a backstory of a character comes up, you can't help but say, ah shit, here we go again. As anime continues to expand in the world and more people get sucked towards the incredible 2D animation that seems to set their hearts ablaze, it won't be long when only Talk no Jutsu would be the sole weapon in the anime world. Oh my god, I'm getting Naruto flashbacks already. People want some different content nowadays. They are getting bored because of the same old talking by which evil becomes good, an enemy turns a friend, a traitor joins the squad back, and that too in a blink of an eye. These things start to repeat and really annoys the watcher. That is why Talk no Jutsu could soon be dethroned by backstory. So let me explain to you the power of backstories which is changing the anime world for the better. Now the question will come, why do we even need a backstory? Well, the answer is simple. Backstory increases a character's depth. Without a character, a story is nothing. Without a story, a character is nothing. A character needs a deep story so that they can play a big part in the main story and can have a major impact on the watcher. Backstories reveal the motivations of the characters and tell us how and why they are the way they are. Anime has a wide range of characters. Some are brave, some are cowards. And in order to justify their character traits, the backstory is needed. A backstory is also used to build a connection between the character and the watcher. But I think the best thing that a backstory does is that it changes your perspective. Many people in the anime world still think from only the main character's perspective. This is just wrong. How many times have the creator of a certain anime tried to pull the Uno reverse card on a character? How many times have you felt sad for a character whom you used to despise earlier to the extent that you would do anything to smash their head off? There is only one word that changes you in a matter of minutes. It is the backstory. It changes your perspective towards a character. If their backstory is sad, then you feel sad for them. You sympathize with them. But if their backstory is really disgusting, you feel angry at them. For example, Attack on Titan watchers will know about this. Zeke Yeager from Attack on Titan had a really awful backstory. People, including me, felt like complete madmen when Isayama made us feel bad for a character who committed several war crimes. No one would have thought that his childhood was a complete mess, thanks to his own father. I felt so sad for him that he became one of the best characters in AOT. So with the help of the backstory, my whole perspective towards Zeke was changed within an episode. Never in my life I could have imagined that. Going to the Demon Slayer, Akaza had the best and the most heartbreaking story of the series. In the Demon Slayer movie, he killed the fan favorite character Rengoku Kyojiro. Watchers of the movie hated him for this. Not even his massively hyped theme with those vocals was enough to save him from the wrath of Rengoku fans. But only manga readers came to understand that Akaza is a precious person. His backstory crushed everyone's heart, and I couldn't hold my tears when I read those pages in the manga. You can imagine just by this how much of an overwhelming power a backstory has. It is just unimaginable how a sad backstory can change you. How it can change your feelings towards a certain person from just the character's point of view. It is baffling. A backstory truly defines the quote, "There are always two sides in a story." By the way, who said this? Perspective is one of the most important aspects of not just anime but any other media, and it is beautifully handled by the backstories. So, what should you do to understand the story better? As the audience, we should think from both the perspectives. As to understand a story, it is extremely important to know both sides. For example, in Attack on Titan, there are majorly two sides in the final season, Marley and Paradis. As a watcher, you are free to choose a side, but you must understand the full story of both the sides. There still can be one problem with the backstory. They do not always do justice to a story. I mean, if a backstory is shown too much in the anime, it can drive off the interest of the watcher. Like in Demon Slayer, a demon's backstory is shown every time a demon is about to die. That can piss some people off. There are many demons in this story, and for the important ones, a backstory is in place. But due to the utterly tragic backstories of those demons, every watcher feels sad for the umpteenth time, and thus Demon Slayer wins again. But not all anime series can pull this card out. After some time, fans do get bored of them. So the backstory should be relevant to the story, and if it has some impact on the watcher as well, then what else does one need? Sometimes you will feel sick of a backstory, as you will feel, what is the need to watch a story which has happened in the past? What is the use? But a backstory in anime is really essential to understand the full picture. As I mentioned, they have the power to change your thinking and perhaps make you even cry or angry, depending on the type of backstory. Nevertheless, the occurrence of a backstory will only strengthen a story if it is appropriate, that is, relevant to the storyline. Now, write down in the comments whose backstory hurt you the most. For me, I guess it is Akaza's. Man, it was just heartbreaking. Check out this video where I explain why Akaza is the best villain in Demon Slayer. If you like this video, then subscribe to my channel. Arigato for watching, and I will see you later.